What's going on, everyone? Peter back again for another daily video. In this one I want to talk about the thermic effect of feeding, or TEF, and if you don't know what that is, it's basically the energy your body uses to metabolize the food you eat. So say you eat 200 calories worth of chicken, well, you actually burn between 40 to 70 calories through digesting that. So the net calories you're actually taking in after digestion could be from 160 to 130, which is something people don't actually take into account. Okay, so metabolism is broken up into, for digestion, it's digestion, absorption and assimilation. Okay, and this all requires energy and has to come from somewhere, which is your food, of course. And not all macronutrients are created the same. Okay, so you've got protein, carbohydrates and fats, and they all have different thermic effects and how difficult, really, how much energy is required to break them down. So protein is the highest, it can be up to 30%, and then carbohydrates are somewhere maybe in like the 10 to 15% range, I think, and then fats are like 0 to 5, so much lower. And fiber actually is up near the protein figure, which is pretty interesting. So these foods take more energy to break down. So if you had 200 calories worth of protein and 200 calories worth of fats, you would, after digestion, you would take home more of the fat calories than the protein calories. Okay, so outside protein is very good. It's yes, it's muscle sparing, but it's also great to use on a diet because it's has a less of a caloric effect after digestion, which is going to minimize fat gain. Okay, so this is often why people maybe eat the same number of calories on a different diet and they could have slightly different results. Okay, so bear in mind the thermic effect of feeding only on average takes around 10% of your total daily energy expenditure. So say you burn 2,500 calories, well, 250 of that maybe your TEF. So it's not a lot, but it's certainly enough to make a difference if you're eating two completely opposite diets. So if you eat a diet high in fiber and protein compared to, a diet high in simple carbohydrates, refined grain sugars and fats, you may have slightly different results, and it could be enough to tilt you into a deficit where you're losing fat, maybe on the high fiber, high protein diet, compared to you're not losing fat on the other diet, the high sugar, high fat diet. Okay, or it could be enough to stop fat loss. And this is often why people will say calories don't work, calories in, calories out doesn't actually work. Well, it does. You're just not taking into account the breakdown of the calories out section. So it's not just as simple as saying calories out. Well, the food you eat has an effect on the calories you burn, if that makes sense. So it's not something that people actually talk about. But yeah, so to summarize, thermic effect of feeding is the energy your body uses to digest, absorb and assimilate the nutrients in your food. Okay, so if two different kinds of foods, a high protein food and a high fat food, they can after digestion they can take home more calories, where the protein would have less calories compared to the fat. Okay, so that's all for that one. See you guys next time.